I think we can all agree that UFC 259 is going to be lit AF, to use the parlance of our times. And today we will be doing our best to preview said cards. Welcome again to Mzansi's MMA show, where two African comedians give you the African perspective on most things MMA. And when I say most things, I mean the things that are on our MMA radar. And we can all agree that this card coming up is very much on our radar because we got three amazing title fights coming up. But firstly, let me ask my partner in time and crime, Prince, what do you think will be the best of the three fights?
I'd have to say the best of the three fights would have to be like the headline fight, isn't it? Adesanya versus Jan Blachowicz. I think it's dope because it's two champions. It's literally two champions. It's literally the light heavyweight champion against the middleweight champion. And I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than that. The other two fights are also title fights, but those are fights where one person has a belt, the other person doesn't. So yeah, two belts going in there, and only one person can lose the belt, and it's Jan, and the other person can end up with two belts, and that's Adesanya. So it's a belt game.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it's a high stakes fight. It's his first defense against a guy that's been winning.
Yeah.
That if he does take this belt, will immediately start cementing his legacy as one of the best to ever do it. So yeah, that is definitely going to be the best of the three.
Yeah, I think that's what Adesanya is after. Adesanya is definitely, I mean, I haven't spoken to him personally, but it does seem to me as though he's trying to obtain GOAT status by any means necessary. So obviously, currently, when we talk about GOAT, there's kind of like a top three male that's laid out for you. It's obviously your Jon Jones. It's obviously your George St. Pierre, it's obviously your Khabib is in there, and then you can add a few others. But I think Adesanya is trying to sneak into that top three conversation by becoming a two-time double belt champ, as it's a thing now, and B, also fighting Jon Jones, hopefully. I mean, I think this whole fight is a step towards getting to Jon Jones, getting that fight done. And I think once he beats Jon Jones, then he probably has like maybe one or two other things to achieve, and then possibly GOAT status on the line. So I think that's what he's going for in this one.
Let's start with the predictions, and let's start with the first title fight, which is Aljamain Sterling versus another Russian guy. What's his name?
Peter Yan.
Peter Yan, yeah.
Yes.
What's your prediction for that one?
I like Jan. I haven't watched many Jan fights, but the one fight I did watch, he was fighting against a very spirited Jose Aldo. Aldo was on the rise again after having dipped for a little bit. Aldo came back and he was on quite a fight-winning spree there. And but his fight with Peter Yan, I mean, Jan just composedly dominated him, just like composedly. Jan was chilled. He had his jab. He had excellent striking, like excellent striking. Nothing fancy, nothing flashy, just solid, just good timing, just good precision, patience, and obviously good power at that weight division. So for me, Peter Yan is definitely my favorite going to the fight. Aljamain Sterling is a bit more flashy. He's got the great jiu-jitsu finishes on the ground. You know, he likes to do this thing where he kind of jumps on a guy like a backpack, you know, Damian Maia style, and just holds onto your back and then slowly sinks in the choke on you. He's got a couple of other submissions too. And obviously on the feet, also quite a slick guy on the feet. He's got length, he's got the long legs, he's got the long arms. But I'm really favoring the champion, Peter Yan, on this one. Peter Yan to me is like a smaller miniature Blachowicz. That's what he looks like to me, to be honest. So yeah, I'm going for Yan on that one. And you?
I don't think that it was a very spirited Jose Aldo at all. I think that he doesn't look great at that weight. I think he's taking off too much weight, and he doesn't look as active as he has been in the featherweight thing. So I am actually going to go with Aljamain on this one. That guy's a beast. He's an amazing athlete. I think Peter Jan's got his work cut out for him in that one. So I'm going with Sterling on that one. Okay, so next fight, we got Nunes and I'm forgetting all the opponents' names.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Like the
matter.
moment you say Nunes, it's like, who cares who the other person is, bruh? No one's beating Amanda Nunes anytime soon. I don't know. I don't care who the other girl is. I don't know how much accomplishments she has. You can tell me she has a black belt in jiu-jitsu. You can tell me she's a world-class striker, blah, 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 blah. You can even tell me she has a knife in her pocket. No one is beating Amanda Nunes anytime soon, bro. Like, Nunes might not come and knock her out. She might not come and submit her, but one way or the other, the champion will remain the champion once again.
Yeah, we've done who is the greatest of all time, and Nunes is the greatest. She every time she defends her belt, whether, like you say, she decides to draw it out or she decides to knock someone out in the strength that
head kick you.
Yeah, head kick you, or whatever her opponent's strength is. She might just go like, okay, well, you're really good at rear naked choke, so I'm going to rear naked choke you.
Yeah, but she's calmer. Like, she should rename herself Amanda Calmer Nunes, because whatever you put out, like, she puts it back on you. If you're a head kick finisher, she head kick finish you. If you're a knockout artist, she knocks you out. If you're a jiu-jitsu specialist, she jiu-jitsu specialists you. It's almost like you live by the knife, you die by the knife, and that's she's calmer, bro. Amanda Nunes is calm.
It makes you question why you got into the thing in the first place. Like.
Yeah. Also, you beating other girls' asses as well for you as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. The other chick, I do know a little bit, but to be honest, I don't see anyone beating Nunes in any time soon. No, not at all.
Okay, so that just leaves us with the final fight. Then, your prediction.
Man, I'm excited about this fight. I don't generally like it when champions go and challenge other champions, because I kind of like the champion to stay in his division and to dominate his division. And once you're done dominating your division and there's nothing else for you to do, then by all means jump up and go challenge another champion. What Adesanya has done in this instance, in my mind, is a little bit premature. I feel like he's not giving Jan Blachowicz the fullest respects that Jan deserves. I think perhaps Adesanya could have at least let Jan defend the belt one time before stepping to him and challenging him. But to let Jan work so hard, win a belt, and then think you can just come and just take the belt away from him as if it was candy, and Jan Blachowicz is a very big Polish baby. I feel like it's slightly disrespectful. I think Jan Blachowicz will shock the world on this one. I think he's going to KO Israel Adesanya. I think the formula to be used here for Jan will be the exact same formula that Calvin Gastelum used against Adesanya, which is not to stay on the outside and get picked apart by Adesanya, but to force your way onto the inside. Being willing, you have to be willing to take damage. Because as you push forward, so Adesanya is going to pick a couple of shots off you. However, you will have the opportunity to land a few shots of your own, which is what Calvin Gastelum did. The only thing Calvin Gastelum couldn't do was finish Adesanya when he had an opportunity to do so, because he gassed out. I feel like if Jan Blachowicz does the exact same thing with more power than Calvin does. Jan's got at least 2 times more power than Calvin Gastelum has. And I feel like if he can land the same shots that Calvin landed, or even half of those shots that Calvin landed, I think he has an opportunity to knock out Israel Adesanya.
Yes, this is not going to go like Conor versus Alvarez. I think Jan is a lot calmer, a lot more sensible guy. He's not trying to lose. He dominated Dominique Grace in that fight, and Dominique almost finished John Jones. Tough opponents. This, I think, could put to rest this whole chasing after other belts and other divisions, because I agree with you in that. Yanni's going to be a tough customer. He's a lot more durable. he's going to, I believe, will be able to take Israel down quite easily if he does move inside and get into that range. This thing of, I think Israel's success in the previous division was based on the fact that it was a lot harder to take him down because he's quite a tall guy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
Yeah.
So I think Yanni's got this one in the bag. Not to say that I don't want, my Nigerian brother to win and to be great, but just on a purely pragmatic level, I think that Yanni's got this one in the bag.
Yeah, I like the point you made about Jan being calm, very patient fighter. I thought that was the critical difference between him and Dominic Reyes. I feel like Dominic Reyes went into that fight really wanting the belt, really thinking this is my moment, this is my big opportunity. I've got to do it. I've got to train hard. I've got to be there. I've got to fight hard. I've got to be at my best. Whereas I felt like Jan just walked in there super chilled, like, I love fighting. It's what I do. I'm fighting for the belt. I'm gonna give my best, and let's see how it goes.
Stipe
I think
Miocic vibes, yeah?
yeah, exactly. Because then it's very difficult to get into his head. It's very difficult to make him nervous. It's very difficult to make him adjust his game plan to suit your game plan. Because he just comes in and is like, no man, I'm gonna do what I do, and let's see what the fight gods think about this, and let's have a go at it. And I think that's going to be very good against Adesanya, because opposite to Paulo Costa, who obviously went into the Adesanya fight thinking way too much, getting way too overhyped, being way too aggressive, being way too everything. I feel like Jan's going to be absolutely chilled. If Israel's going to be patient and wait, Jan's going to be patient and approach. I like the fact that you said you might mix in a takedown or two over there. I don't see Israel defending takedowns against a guy so strong, to be honest with you. I mean, technique is dope, but at the end of the day, if he can just pick you up and slap you onto the floor, I mean, that's a whole different story. So, I'd like to see if Jan does have that kind of takedown game. From what I've seen against heavy wrestlers, he tends to be the guy who ends up on bottom. I saw a couple of fights of his with Gustafsson, the likes of Gustafsson and so forth, where he does tend to end up on bottom. But Israel Adesanya is not the fighter who's going to take you down. So chances are he's probably not going to be the one to put Jan on bottom. So I'd like to see Jan try and take him down and do some ground and pound, or at least press him up against the cage, limit the movement of him, and land some damage. And Polish power is the real thing. I mean, Jan has been knocking guys out for the past couple of fights, so he doesn't need to touch Israel that much to get a big reaction.
Israel's got a chin. I won't deny that. Like that he proved his chin in the Gastelum fight, but this is a whole other animal. So yeah.
Yeah, this is brute power.
I think he's going to be swimming in some deep waters. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, which we're introducing to the show before, is we're going to place some bets on the fights, and we'll let you know how those go. But let's just say that this is our first time putting money on fights, and we'll do the customary winners know when to stop and try and let the house try and beat the house for once. Don't always let the house beat you.
Yeah, quit while you're in. That's how you beat the house, right? Isn't it? Just walk away. I was like, come back. You're like, oh, I'm done. Oh, you're running away, you little bitch. Like, hey, I'm out. The house is talking to you.
Don't let the house get you in a rear naked choke. Okay, so
yeah, cool.
So let me ask: Are you going to be betting on any of these fights?
Yeah. So I think I think I'll bet on all three of the top fights. So the three fights that we just mentioned. The websites, I don't know. We'll tell them the websites when we come back and we've won or lost money. We'll tell you where we spent our hard-earned cash. I've never betted before, so I don't even know how the amounts work that
I
you
haven't
can
either.
put in on it. But if I can put like 100 Rand on each fight and see how much I get back, that will be interesting. So I'll spend 300 Rand, and I think I'll definitely put money on Jan Blachowicz winning. I'm putting money on Peter Yan defending his title, and I'm putting money on Amanda Nunes. I'm not gonna get a lot of money from the Amanda Nunes fight because everybody knows that Amanda Nunes is gonna win that fight. So yeah, those are my three bets. What are you? How much are you placing, and who are you placing it on?
So I'm going super cautious, and if I can, I'll put $50 on Amanda, obviously, and then I'll put $50 on Jan.
Okay, cool. And the headline, oh, the headline fight, Peter Yan or Jan Blachowicz?
Yanni, yeah, Jan Blachowicz.
All right, cool, man. Let's place it, and we'll share with the fans when we come back how our first betting experience worked out.
All right, guys, that's our show. Thank you very much for watching again. You'll probably notice that the graphics has changed again. Unfortunately, my computer crashed and I lost everything, but I'll be sticking to our usual African theme, Wakanda forever. You know, we'll keep hitting you with our point scoring segments. And just remember to like and subscribe and spread the love. And we look forward to bringing you some more dope content soon. So peace out.